Two agents can be on the same market, working similar hours, yet get different results. What is the main difference where an agent can cap every single year and others feels like they're always chasing the next deal? Today, I want to talk to you about the real difference between a capper and someone that doesn't cap. And before we go any farther, I want to just put it out there. If you're feeling like you're stuck, we're starting 2026, you're needing guidance, coaching, and direction, book a call with me at topagentwolfpack.com. I'll love to chat with you and help you wherever way I can. But as we're getting started, put on the comments below. Are you a capper or are you moving towards that goal? Number one thing a capper does that usually someone that is not capping is not doing it. Decision speed. What do I mean by decision speed? You are in a business that it's constantly moving and changing and going, and you have to make decisions quickly. If you are like, maybe an overthinker, and believe me, I've been through that as well. But you have to learn quickly that you can spend so much energy and time over taking a decision versus taking action. And this is going to be a huge difference if you have not been capping yet in the past few years, if you are been in real estate. So this is what I recommend, stay focused. And when decisions need to be made, take action, don't hesitate. And I know there is emotions from both ways. When you're taking action, maybe there's some resistance that you're feeling there if it's something new. But then also, if you are holding back, then now you're creating space, and then probably you're going to be delaying whatever that action, that activity that may be that you need to take. And in the end of the day, you might still take, but now all of a sudden that decision and that action, it's taking a whole month. And then you're feeling bad about yourself. You're beating yourself up. So all the negative energy that you're building inside, it's making you even farther and farther and farther away from that goal that you had. And sometimes it can be a simple task as picking up your phone, making some calls to either people that your sphere, and just letting them know you're in business, wishing them an awesome 2026. And from there, carry on the conversation to understand if they have any real estate goals, or if they don't, they're happy where they're at, and this is their current situation, that you're going to stay top of mind. And they can also always send you a referral if they know anyone. So take a decision today, as you're just listening to this video. I hope that as you get closer to the end, you will be able to already, make that call, take that decision. Just think about speed will be, the name of the game. Obviously, I'm not saying be sloppy. And if you're working with a client, not in that, but there's some actions that you need to take. And most of the things are involved into your lead generations and things that you need to do that it's slowing you back and you're not being a capper in the last few years. But let's make 2026 a different scenario so that you can be a capper quicker and sooner and enjoy that 100% if that's what your company offers, because it makes a huge difference. I promise you that. I already have capped, and I'm still working through a few more months into this year before my clock starts again. And it is a sweet deal, and you will want to close even more deals so that you can get that 100%. Number two thing that definitely helps you getting closer to be a capper, comfort with discomfort. I don't think in this business, everything you're ever going to do is going to be out of your comfort zone. If someone told you that, I'm sorry, they lied to you. There's a lot of things that are going to feel discomforting when you're going through real estate, and sometimes are being in front of people, right? Which is the main thing in this business that we have to do. It's to talk to people, to follow up with them, sometimes have tough conversations, negotiation, all of these things, depending on your personality. And believe me, even though I am a very outgoing person, does that not mean it makes it easier for me to have tough conversations and to have, or things that maybe I just don't want to confront people or to do follow-ups. I go through the same emotions. It's just how I react to it. And we also know that, following up, I have like literally a scenario that happened yesterday. I've been talking to this person since August of 2024, when she first reached out to me asking for help with a rental. And I could see through the conversations, after, shortly after, I was just, recommending for her to at least check where she's at. Maybe she could be in a place where she can afford to buy and she thinks she's not. Again, you're just educating people. Long story short, I see multiple messages that I have sent to her with no reply. And my last message to her, it was in November of 2025. And just yesterday, I got a message from her. We already here in first week of January saying like, hey, can you please connect me with the lender? What is the link of that application that I need to do? I want to check if I can be pre-approved. And then I connected her with the lender yesterday. She already filled out the application. And, if I think about it, it's been about a year and a half of conversations or following up when they feel like they're ghosting you. We take sometimes this business so personal and people are going through their own stuff. So don't rely on your emotions to be a blocker. So it will be discomforting, but as you do more, the more you're gonna be like, better at it in how you're doing your follow-ups and tracking and doing all of that. Again, this business, it goes from the first topic, you need to be, on that speed to make decisions, getting your calendar with your lead generation activities. And then now that discomfort, now you met someone, now you need to follow up and have conversations, bring up arguments sometimes depending where they at and you're providing value. In the end of the day, if you provide value, there's nothing to discuss. They can have a different opinion, but you're providing the right information. And number 3, here's a big one: visibility and consistency. Are you being visible? Agents that kept their visible, they don't slow down when, the market is slow or it's the holidays or this and that. They're still showing up, in their social media. They're still doing open houses, they're still having conversations and they're sharing that, with the public. And even that, if it's also maybe you have like a newsletter that you send out to your community, being consistent with those things. Again, in this business, you have to be visible so people will remember you. And, like sometimes you can be on the peak, like, you met this person, let's say in an open house, had a great connection, and then maybe they was not fully ready to engage into like, I'm buying a house right now. So if you keep following up with them, eventually you guys are going to meet. That time frame, it's totally outside of our control. But now if you meet them, get their contact, follow up once, and then, and you stop following up, they're going to go maybe to another open house. And then now they're fully ready. They're going to meet, that agent on that open house. And then boom, all that work, that previous work that you did, maybe explain then about the market, how to buy and whatnot. Now they're closing with another agent. So definitely be visible, stay visible, share what you're doing. And I would love to hear in the comments, like, are you a secret agent or you're an agent that is out there just, making sure people know who you are, what you're doing, that you're still in this business. And I promise you, they do need that constant reminder. Another pointer that I wanted to share here is about being coachable and getting feedback. Do you have someone that is around you that you're asking for feedback on the decisions that you're making, the, activities that you're pursuing on a weekly basis? And then, if you are not seeing results, you have to be coachable in this business because we are all learning all the time. Not everything it's equally the same. Not every client is equally the same. So we constantly need to be adapting and learning. And if your ego gets on the way, you might be like, burning yourself up. So I definitely recommend that you are, surrounding with people that you will ask for feedback. They will be honestly giving you feedback. I don't think any of us can get just a feedback that everything we do, it's amazing. We all can be doing great things, but I do still believe that there's areas that we all can always improve and grow and be more strategic. So ask for those feedbacks, be coachable. And I think this is an important thing in this business and frankly, in any business. We don't grow alone. Sure, sometimes we can, you still have to do the work, but I think, having people around you that can guide you and provide feedback and just kind of like constantly adjust you so that you are just, keep going on that, on that path, that is going to be the best way possible. And sometimes maybe you do have resources and people around you and you just don't reach out to them. And, maybe that's a little bit on you, again, of putting that ego to the side and making, those reach and asking questions and asking for feedback. And now, if you are in an environment that you have those people around you, but every time you ask, they don't have time for you, they're not available, or they don't want to see you grow, they don't want to help you, then maybe it's time to change your environment. And then the last thing I want to touch on, it's the long-term thinking. Cappers are thinking quarters and years. They're building a business. Like, are you building a business or you're just trying to survive? And I think this is like the difference. You need to think about your business. What are your end goal for 2026? But how you're breaking that out in quarters, but then also what's your long-term vision, because those things are going to sustain you and keep going. And we hear a lot of this question, what is a work-life balance? And I have to say, in previous years, I thought a lot about that. I always thought, work-life balance. And I think the balance changes from seasons to seasons. It might be a season that you are, work mode all the time. And then there is a season that you do need to maybe now do a little bit of a half because it's family time or kids are out of school, other things, or like myself, or you're expecting a baby. So you have to adjust, but, still, you need to know what are your priorities. You need to be thinking about long-term. Some of those seasons are not forever. But what are the things when those season comes and maybe you have to put your time a little bit towards your family? What can you do to build that your business still moves with you or without you? And I think that is like a huge thing that sometimes agents don't think. They just think on the right now. And yes, I get it. We all need to produce and make money right now because you got to pay the bills. But you need to have that now and also future, long-term vision thinking of how you want to run your business. So I just think that this is the year. I know 2025 was a tough year. A lot of agents did not close not even one single deal. So let's talk about even capping. It was not even, part of what happened to them towards the end of the year. But this can be different. So take that energy of 2026, a new year, I'm not going to say a new you, because I think it's a lot of steps to get there, but it is important. Be responsible with your time. Don't let people just, move you around, shake you around. And I think, with some of these steps that I share with you today and just adjusting and, being a decision maker that makes decision fast, doing your follow-ups, knowing that there will be some discomfort in the midst of it all, but you're growing, you're learning, and you're going to get there. I totally believe in you. 2026 is your year to be a capper. And if there's anything I can ever do and connect with you and help out, definitely book that call with me. Just go to topagentwolfpack.com and you're going to have a link there to my calendar. And I'll love to meet with you and chat and see, what I can bring to light it up so that you can have a clear path for your 2026.